we didn't know who the caster Rampager was, and I think he has a co-caster as well. So he's an English commentator, but I don't recognize him. Doesn't mean he's not a commentator. Then Ole Mole said there's only one language per series allowed, like in the lobby, and that's what I'm like. Oh, I didn't think that was a rule, especially because it gets a little weird when there's only like 4 games left, but there's 5 or 6 English casters. Like, so I unintentionally might have just bullied Creighton out. I don't know. Creighton's too good of a guy. He just leaves and like gives me the games, and I'm like, no, it's okay. All right. Anyways, I guess adminning stuff aside, fresh series as far as I understand it. In the top left is the red Terran. It is Bomber. In the bottom right as the red Zerg, it is Armani. Just gonna check, I'm gonna stalk Crank's stream for a hot second. See if he has a score up or not. That's how you do it. Whoops, let's not listen to a stream though. Let's not do that. If it is a fresh series, that's exciting. If not, I would expect Armani to be in the lead. Armani, you know, you guys would recognize him, plays in a lot of online tournaments. He was ex-Samsung Galaxy, if we're bringing up now at this point super old teams, 5 years old. 4 or 5? And got a little overshadowed by Solar. Really overshadowed by Solar. As well as, oh, who else was on that team? Deer? But not when Deer was really, really good. Deer was like winning offline tournaments and he was on Mouse, but we're going way back in time at this point. Anyways, Armani's always been pretty damn good, but never really reaching the heights of like even Impact when he was on a hot streak online. I don't think Armani ever really got there. Armani's just always that threat. Always that guy who's like, yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. But not that you're really ever, you know, voting for on your TeamLiquid bets. So sometimes, I guess, underappreciated. But Bomber, I mean, he's got the big name, right? People coming in from 2012, looking on YouTube. Bomber, Dongregu, Tasia, Tasteless, are like, you know, those people. I don't know, you know who Bomber is. People who came in maybe 2017 might actually be like, who the hell is this guy? Well, very macro-oriented Terran back in the day, but we are talking back in the day. And he's still macro-oriented. I don't think he's changed in that way, but what I want to be more specific on is that his macro, which was fantastic in 2013, 14 type thing, actually isn't so much anymore. He's still kind of catching up, it feels like, with a lot of things that people are doing instinctively, right? Like everyone that we see in the Korean circuit has amazing APM and mechanics, but as far as like instantly doing what they need to do, that's something that you learn with practice and over time. And I feel like Bomber still has that. Bomber also still occasionally shows us really old school pushes where it's like all about just hopefully ramming Marines down your throat with a couple of tanks, which like, hey, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad idea. A lot of pushes from Innovation do the same thing, but with just a little less finesse and even almost like some like 3cc all-ins, which I don't see much anymore in this matchup, but regardless. I think Bomber can do really good stuff. It just feels like he is, instead of being one of the best Terrans in the world, which he absolutely was back in the day, he is just a good Terran. So it's the best way to put it. Probably. 4 Hellions into 3rd CC, quickly transitioning off into extra barracks. So not the 4 Hellion, you know, super fast 3rd CC. He does stop and get some Banshees, but still not over-investing here. What did they lose to? Okay, good. I didn't miscount. Counting can be hard at 5 in the morning. Armani, 1-1 on the way. Lair on the way too. Did not prepare for these Banshees. Hello. No scouting whatsoever. was just not expecting Banshees. There is really no reason that he wouldn't consider Banshees that I can see, where he'd be like, no, definitely not Banshees, definitely not Banshees. I can't see where he would think that, but he just did not think about it. He just totally blindsided. Of course, Lair wasn't done, so even if he could have made an Overseer, it would have been really late. Spore Crawler takes the full duration of its build time to actually help. Like, that was... The Banshee was there from the beginning. And apparently, between a Spore Crawler building and a Banshee doing damage, you can kill 11 drones. That's a lot. That's a lot in the early game. And at no cost to the Terran. That Banshee didn't even die. No Hellions were involved trying to distract. Like, that is a bad start for Armani, who now has to try and recover here. I was going to talk about his forward third base positioning, but that was a little more important. But yes, he did take a forward third, putting himself closer to Bomber. And then Bomber would most likely take this base too, so really close to him. But he's going to get that creep spread pretty far out pretty quickly. And his fourth base is going to be pretty well protected. The freshest base. It's fresh. 5 more drones going down. Seriously good Banshee harassment. 16 drones in total. The gas also being messed up a lot here. Armani actually really slipping. He's slipping! Ah! Okay. He fixed it. Good. But he's definitely slipping. Like seriously. Did he just kill the rock? Is that what happened? Creasford also took a dive as he was dealing with the Banshees. Queens were all over the place. Distraction as well, not getting back to it, but Bomber already prepared for the follow-up push. Where are those medevacs, though? On the way. Currently on the way. Banshees could be involved with the push, and this is only one tank, so Bomber really trying to just get out onto the map. More than actually having, like, a perfect push timing. And even trying to make up a little bit for that time by moving forward the medevac. I don't know how those Queens got those Banshees out there, but they did. One Banshee goes down. Centrifugal hooks will be done for the push. 1-1 as well. Ditto for the Terran. Armani setting up a bit of a run by onto the third base. Bomber does have enough dealing with that, and also could just keep the Banshee at home to deal with that. Where's the scan? Where's the scan? Where's the scan? Oh my god, it's actually so dangerous. Where's the scan? Oh my god! He's not gonna scan. Does he have a scan? Is this me? When I push and don't have any scans? Okay, there's a scan. That was a long time, but Armani unfortunately wasn't prepared for this, so he didn't take opportunity when given one. The tank's trying to focus around top of the Banelings initially. Don't really have to as it continues on. Looks like a lot of SCs went down to the Banelings attacking into that third CC, so that is a revenge move from the earlier Banshees. But 12 SCVs go down. A third hatchery will fall. Oh, Armani just not quite enough to stop that from happening. And now Bomber's really going to get on the creep cleanup here. That's a bit of an awkward AI move. Ooh, good pickup. Hot pickup. Hot pickup. No, he decided to siege it instead. That was just a... Yeah, okay, that was just him sieging these tanks as well. A tad bit awkward. And Bomber is actually going to go ahead and just back off. He's so aggressive on creep, but he does clear up most of it this time. Armani still has this base fully saturated, but that was a heavy blow for him to take. At least he did get a lot of SCVs for what I think was like 4 Banelings, 6 Banelings maybe. Tier 2 finishing up faster for Armani, going to give him a bit of courage, confidence for the next 20 seconds. And it is only just Marines right now pushing in. No second factory, no 4th CC quite yet. In fact, no extra gases. I'm actually wondering if he is going to do that thing I was talking about. I said at 3 CC all in, you might be like, what the hell is that? That actually also involves not building as many SCVs. Ryung used to do it a while ago, but in this case, it really is just like 8 barracks is also, I guess, what we would call it, right? But he's on 7, so that's not... hold on. Point is, not a lot of tanks, just a lot of Marines. I'm glad he's doing this because it's actually what I was trying to explain earlier when I was talking about Bomber style. Oh my god, the amount of Banelings. His splits were decent enough, and he was pretty far off of creep, but some of those connections were still pretty good. Maybe life-saving for Armani, because otherwise he is in danger of getting pushed upon. Suddenly you think you're winning an engagement, actually 20 Marines are left, and you go, oh shit, I'm actually losing. So that's the difference here.
Is he still going to lose his base? I don't think so. It'd be really dangerous of Bomber to stick around. He's trying to focus on the Banelings. He gets the Banelings on the front lines, but then loses another 16 SCVs to Banelings back at home. Armani relentless with that, and Bomber, I mean, obviously, I was just talking about how he's just 3-basing it. That's all he's doing. He does not have a lot of economy, and to ruin it again does hurt, as Armani is at the 77 drones on 4 bases now. And not bothering with any fluff here. No mutas on the way. No infestation pit. He is just holding against this attack. Which is exactly what he should be doing. More Lings coming through here. Nothing to defend as Bomber is just rallying to the middle of the map. Not the catastrophic Baneling hits as the attacks before, but still enough to distract Bomber, who really is on a timer here. Armani gets another 50 Lings and 20 Banelings, and it's probably just the easiest hold ever for Armani. Command center needs to be repaired. More distractions here for Bomber. He has, like, no tanks. One tank finally coming across the map, but this is just... the amount of Marines you can build is not actually going to be able to topple Armani over. I was wrong with the infestation pit, by the way. My bad. I missed that being produced. So he is going to try and fit in a hive. If he gets ultras, the Marines will not stack up against them. And the very limited number of factory and starport units would also not do well against them. But I'm not sure that he's going to have the ability to do so. I mean, he might win the game before then. Queen's coming with a concave. Spore Crawler coming in as well. But speaking of concaves, that Marine concave, hells yeah. That is a Marine concave. Damn. Not so much the second time around. Marines die on the south side. Lings once again distracting Bomber at his third base. 8 SCVs go down. Still a very close battle. Armani never really getting to the surplus of Lings and Banelings that makes you feel comfortable against this. Because as soon as you start feeling comfortable, I guess, is when you do run into a concave and you go, oh wait, hold on here. I can't defeat this. Bomber's just pure mass Marine gonna work out. I mean, it's not his thing in terms of, like, people are doing this as well, not just Bomber. But it does fit the Bomber we know to a T to be doing this build, to be doing this style. But finally, getting way too overconfident and pushing on a creep like that, that was the instant just, okay, you effed up. That's not going to get you very much. But after Armani just let go of that really pesky choke around his 4th, it did become a lot easier. Apparently I do. Well, you guys have to trust that the actual in-game name was correct. What league is this? Professional league. It's funny, because you might mean, like, what MMR is this, which I don't know. But when you ask what league is it when it's professionals, it's like...
Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
Do you know who? Do you know who these guys are? Thank you, Hurt One, for the 11-month resub. Almost a year now. Almost. I guess just goofed up a couple times when I joined him. It looked like a lower league. I mean, I guess if you come in right when the Banelings next to Marines, it might look like it, but I feel like at no point did I look at that game and go, wow, Bomber's playing like a Masters League player. Actually, I'll take that back. When he didn't scan. When he didn't scan. It's the only one I judged. In the bottom left, down 1, it is the Red Terran Bomber. And in the top right, it's the Blue Zerg Armani. Some guy in chat saying that it's usual for Bomber and Tasia apparently to both not scan when they do that push. I won't say it's wrong, because I haven't been purposefully studying the two of them to be like, yeah. But
I will just sit here and be like, well, if they're the only two Terrans doing it, and all these other Terrans who are better than them aren't doing it, who's better? Who's doing better there? But I'd be very surprised if it really is because that extra mule back at home when you're partially saturated already on the third base is worth not clearing that up. Because the whole, like, they don't think they need to because they don't see an army. Just because they don't see an army doesn't mean that they don't know an army is there. Like, if they're facing a bunch of Zerg players that don't have an army by that push, like any army to be scared of, then they're facing not professional Zerg players, I would say. Zerg players almost always, especially for a push at 7 minutes, 7:15, something like that, it wasn't exactly the best, most perfect push with 2 tanks. Like, they're gonna have centrifugal hooks. Armani didn't even do like a fast centrifugal hooks build. So, seems like an awfully dangerous way to play. Never heard of Bomber or Armani. Wow. Well, I mean, that's that can happen. So used to people when watching StarCraft 2 that they watch a lot of StarCraft 2. But if you're not watching the online leagues, if you don't watch GSL groups, if they're not your favorite player in them type thing, then I could see how you would miss them. It's perfect time to watch StarCraft, 5 in the morning. Hells yeah. I know it's different time zones. Is it a second factory? That is a second factory. Ooh. It's not hidden. There's still a third CC on the way. But, could this be? Oh, he lets it be seen. Now, did Armani get enough time to click on it? That's a question. There's a question. Usually pros are pretty good about clicking pretty damn fast on it. Yeah. Wait. I thought this was going to be the blue flame thing. It is not. Also, that is a pretty long supply block. If he's waiting for the third CC, that's still a pretty long supply block. Oh my god. Okay, let's look away for a second. It's embarrassing. Part of the build, apparently, but that's a long time. 3 Hellions at a time. Really? It's still going to stim? Did he change? He must have... Did he change the build because it was scouted? No point in canceling the factory, I suppose. That is odd. Boy, guy in chat, as much as I'd like to argue with you, I'm gonna not and just say that I don't think it's very good. I'd love to hear other pros' analysis of it, except the guys who are doing it. And that's that. Yeah, Dana actually never really wait. What? Hello? I'm guessing this is part of Bomber's perfect plan too, right? Okay, this is really weird. This is so weird. The Hellions probably a little more important to pay attention to, but this actually went super poorly. This is a bit of a disaster. Ling's getting a decent enough surround. Armani, probably a bit expecting this, and then why is he still getting 2 upgrades? Hell? And then having his queens in proper positioning, a decent amount of queens too. Like, that was not a good Hellion run by. He's getting double upgrade. He clearly wouldn't. Oh my god. This has got to have been a blue flame build that he thought was scouted and then decided not to do it. And then realized that it wasn't going to work out straight up on a bio. So now he's not going for bio, but he's still getting the 2 upgrades because I don't know why. I don't know. Like, Armani's going to be seeing this, like, upgrading engineering bays and triple factory and be like, what the hell? It's not even a like you would say what the hell to this, but you would also just be like, I guess it was macro, like usual. Like I don't even think he has to really change too much here. He can still go Ling Baneling Muta for a while and still control the map, and we'll see if he develops into anything else, but he's gonna finish the 1-1 upgrades. Am I freaking out here? Is this like, am I hallucinating? He's gonna finish his 1-1 upgrades for his bio while also getting 1-1 upgrades on his armories. Well, the Blue Flame Hellions are really giving him a problem now. He's not able to get enough Banelings. Tries to go for a surround. It would have been Hellions, but actually ended up being Hellbats. Takes out about half of them, but still a decent number left. Bomber doing a very unorthodox push with Mech. 2 tanks actually don't anchor the army that much usually, but if you get the Zerg to kind of underestimate you, and then suddenly they're starting from scratch again on the the Ling Baneling, then yes, it will work apparently. And then Armani's really, oh my gosh, he is flubbing this, man. He's already lost 4 mutas to Marines with 1-1. To be fair, okay, they have 1-1, but no stim, no combat shields. He loses the 4th base. What even is this game? Ling run by is a good idea. I did just take out all the Hellions, and Cyclones are being produced, not more Hellions. Bomber's forced to cancel a couple of those missile turrets, and now the muta's coming in. Gonna grab a Cyclone, not cancel that missile turret, and a nicely placed missile turret here from Bomber as well. So he will continue to lose mutas. Having lost 5 in total here, but continuing to build them as well, seeing a potential weak point. Bomber's also adding on those Thors now to help out. But Armani getting things under control again. You know, while he lost that 4th, he had this one building, so he'll have 2 bases up and mining soon, the 77 workers. And the mutas are still doing, you know, they're still controlling the game. Thor's slow, bulky, annoying to deal with. Hello. Repair? There we go. There's a single Ling attacking that. So it's still, you can still control the map like this, but you do want to be careful not to just, well, do exactly what he did around here, which is only depend on Ling and Baneling and start to lose out against the Hellbats. Oh, Ling's getting into the National surprisingly easily. Muta counts too numerous for the Thors, it looks like. Ling's running the other Thor as well. And this was a pretty fatal blow. There are Hellions in the main base going for the drones, but Bomber just lost 2 bases worth. Yeah, of mining and a couple of Thors. 4th base also delayed, but not killed. Hellbats being a nuisance in the main, but here come the mutas. Not Marines, mutas. This whole game has not helped my speaking. As the hours roll by, I'm getting more confident in trying to shout. 5 a.m.'s, you know, still too early to really shout, but still. But then this game comes along and I'm like, back to just constantly second-guessing myself, because what happened in this game? What happened in this game? Armani is close to doubling the supply of Bomber. The Bomber is not willing to tap out. Let's look at that 2-2 on the way, man. He can do it. Armani going for the kill move with Broodlords, probably. Which, I mean, usually isn't really a kill move anymore against a somewhat safe Terran, but a Bomber is not safe. Bomber is not. Mass repair in the Thor. Nope, actually not going to happen. I thought he was surrounding it to repair it. Not so much. GG. Armani takes the 2-0. First game was cool. But second game